The sun rose on the Sahara long grass, covered in green blood. Blood of the orc. But as the wind blew through the grass, so did life of the orc. Numbers shattered from what they were, but they remain. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Man, I'm excited. Welcome back to Worldbox Planet ZENGO. Let's hop into the world. Let's take a look. I'm excited for this episode. It's been a while since I recorded this. And so up here, the Potentians. The word is potentia, which is Latin for power, but they are known as the Potentian. And then you have the Cab. The Cab. I think that's how you would probably want to say it. The Cab. That sounds better. So you have the Cab people who are actually orcs, by the way. They are orcs. There are 10 of them. And they are in the colder region here. They've kind of, they're on their own. The Potentians. Then, of course, you have down here the thriving 102 population, Zemtorians. The Zemtorians kingdom. Look at them over here just partying. Just, getting it together. The Zaborg orcs, who are in recovery and, trying to recover. They still have to worry about Haste, the Great Rye. He is called the Great Rye because he has killed two orcs, and he's wise, he's fat, full of human, and he also has 2 children. Don't know if they're on this side though. I think he's probably been cut off from them, or they're dead. One or the other. The rhinos dominate this side here of this continent. And if you're wondering, maybe you're new to the channel here, make sure if you want to know what's going on, you're gonna want to check out the rest of the playlist. I believe this is episode 4 or 5, and there is a reason why. There is a long strain of mountains that separate the Zaborg orcs from the rest of the continent, and well, it's basically because of these guys right here. But oh wow, what is that? A Kingslayer. Wow, it's killed 5 things. But the rhinos took over. Flat-horned Dape. Okay. Anyways, rhinos have taken over, man. They populate so quick. There's a lot of gold over here though that the Zaborg orcs might want to use one day. We'll see if they can recover. It's gonna take years though. We are currently in year 65 of like early, fresh, still within 100 years, which, is awesome. The first generation is still on the board, technically. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I want to see. King Clay, yeah, he's 69. King Clay is the first ever king for the Zemtorians. He has a golden tooth, symbol of wealth and respect. He's very wise and he is blessed. He's 69 years old. He's still in good health. You know what I mean? We're still watching the first generation, right? So we're still very young in this world. So let's just let some time pass by. You don't know. The Zemtorians have really made their culture about the alligator. They've really made it about the alligator, and so, the sports that they've come up with, like the, tossing around the gator foreskin rather than like the pig skin. Right now, it's honestly just growth. You got to get through this part of the story. as the Potinians. No. I'm gonna I'm gonna mess it up, bro. I don't speak Latin, okay, and I don't really know 100%, but they're growing. That's what I'm trying to say. They're so 14. Honestly, I feel a lot better for them than I do the Sakab people, because, well, the Sakabs are honestly on a very small continent, and if just trying to make sure the Zentorians aren't gonna leave without me seeing it. But yeah, if they're gonna want to, you know, grow, they're gonna have to either go over to Bear Island, and this is why we call it Bear Island. So, but all the bears are starving, so they won't be here for too much longer, I don't think. They've basically eaten everything. Or they're gonna have to go over this way, and well, they'll meet people for the first time ever. Currently, there has not been any other human soul living things that have, or soul living things that have, you know, seen each other ever. Look at them just having a foreskin party over here, just crazy, bro. The Zentorians with the water of life, the fountain of life. This is their sacred water of life. No? Oh no. Haste the Great Rye, who was here before the Long Mountain, ended up being on this side when it got put up. He has killed them people, and he continues to wreak havoc on the Zaborg orcs. He is the last rhino that has ever seen, you know, the before the wall. That's on this side. Obviously, these rhinos were there when it happened, but if the orcs, if these Zaborg orcs want to move on, they need to kill the Great Rye. Can they do it? As they try and do it, they're going to suffer a lot of more death because he is a tank, but he is pretty hurt. But there one falls again. Look at this, what this one rhino can do to the orcs. But once they kill the Haste the Great Rye, they can move on with their lives. But they got to make sure they can do it. I'm not stepping in for them any longer. Oh my god. Guys, I physically can't step in no more. I made a rule that, like, once I bless them once, it's over. If they're gonna want to kill, he is picking. Oh my god, he is picking them off one by one. Oh, there is a king, the first ever king of the Potentians. So the king is Bykos. Culture is Poten, is what they call it. Power through the land. And view the king. Here he is. He is a bloodlust. And he's blessed. He is only 10 years old. He's never killed anything, but I'm pretty sure he will. He doesn't seem the happiest. He does prefer some ale. He's got a drinking problem. Anyways, gather food, and he's just over here picking them off one by one. He's not even hungry at this point. He's just doing it for fun. He's killed 11 of them. And now it's... Okay, finally, you got 2 versus 1. Oh, it was a kid. He literally attacked Rid, who was 9 years old. Almost died. Almost died. Regeneration. Restores health over time. Oh, that's actually really good for him. He's going to need it. So this kid was about to die by the Great Rye. And then Iza ran in to save him. Let's see if he can do it. They fight it off behind this hut. The king is stepping in. The king. Literally the king. Oh man. Oh no. The king, they might do it. They gotta do it right here, right now. They're all stepping in. This is what they needed to do. Oh, the king is hurt though. And so is Rye. Oh no. the first dude fell, who originally came in to save Rid. Rai is so the great Rai is so close to dying here. Him versus the king. It's not a better matchup. You can't make a better matchup. Oh hell! Oh no! There's a new king of the Zentorians. There's so much happening. I guess the old king died. King Clay died. He passed away probably of old age. I mean, there's nothing else. You know, there's nothing else stopping them. Can we take a look at history? Like, let's go back here just real quick. World history. The King Clay of the Zentorians kingdom is dead. He died year 73. He was probably 73 years old. Locate on the map. This will bring you right to this location in your world. Are you kidding me? Guys. Hold on, bro. Either this is just too good to be true, like it's just perfect, like it happened by accident, but it just works out, or I don't know, or it's really something. Do you know this is the water of life? Like that is what the Zentorians find this thing like they basically look at this thing as like a god. This is where they came from. This is what gives them life. And when I went to the world history and you look to see at the location on where King Clay died at, it takes you straight to the water. The fountain of life. That's kind of weird. Kind of cool though at the same time. Anyways, let's focus on this. Because this is it right here. The ultimate stand down. The Great Rai versus the King of the Orcs. 23 HP. 14. One more hit and I think the Great Rai's done. And the king slices him down. King Og Ho. As he wipes the blood off of his lips. With a broken leg. Slashed chest. Bleeding out all over. He stands up. And he declares victory for the orcs. No longer will they be hunted down by the rhinos. I think the culture is what makes the factions or the people, the kingdoms and stuff advance now. So they don't just randomly do it like they used to. So they have to research. So yeah, right here, like the Taurian culture is at a level 6, so they have culture conversion, house tier 1, house tier 2 now. They have sharp axe. They now have weapon production. So they're gonna be. So I'm so glad that that's in this game now, because what that means is culture is actually pretty. I'm getting excited because I hope the next thing they bring is religion. I might actually prefer religion first and then culture, but either way, culture is basically like how smart and developed are they. So in other words, when the Zentorians meet, if they were to meet, let's say I'm gonna get their names down, the Sakab people, they're gonna dominate them, not because of numbers, but because they're more advanced. They have swords. It's basically like bringing a gun to or a knife to a gunfight. You know what I mean? Like, in other words, they don't even know what a sword is. The Zentorians do. They know how to make them and they know how to use them. So it's pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm liking this game and where it's going. So then they have swords, the long knife, to hit your enemies with, basically, blah blah. So they haven't been able to make. They haven't been able to make ships yet, but that's gonna be one of these knowledges. Now, what I want to know is, I hope the common knowledge, like I hope the knowledges and the way they learn are different. It's not just a tree that you go up and it's the same every time. Like, how cool would it be if it was random? Like, so the Zentorians learned how to make house tier 1, 2, and then they learned the sharp axe. But wouldn't it be cool if maybe the orcs to the you know, another faction learned how to make swords first, and then like, because it would, I don't know, it'd make the cultures different rather than just pretending like they're different. Let me know if that's the case, because it's looking like that is. Because look at this, look at this. They've already learned how to make swords, but they only have but they're only a level 5 when this culture is a level 6. The Zentorians are about to hit 200 population. That's a big milestone. They'll be the first ever civilization to do so. And the Potenians are the first to ever found 2 villages. The Sakab people kind of just staying, you know, like I said, they technically are going to have to learn how to tread water as well. Though it looks like it's a little footstep here, it's probably larger than it appears, I would imagine, right? You know what I mean? Kind of like when you're looking on a map, the ocean doesn't look as big as what it really is. So it's still going to take them, I mean, you got to think they still got to learn how to even swim, you know, probably. So we'll see. And technically they're connected by ice to this continent. I mean, this is a mountain though, so I don't know. I think this is ice anyways. Or this might be shallow water. I don't know. I can't really tell. Anyways. Okay, the Zaborg Works are definitely making it. They're 35 people now, and they're growing, so 220 for the Zentorians. It looks like, I guess they've managed how to at least not starve to death. They're maintaining everyone. No one's going to be full here, but no one is going to starve to death. Or not everyone's going to starve, except for this guy. Who the fluff is this guy? He's literally not sharing food. He's like, well, I guess that makes sense. I mean, he's a gluttonous. That's kind of messed up, because there's people who are literally, you know, everyone's basically hungry except for all the gluttonous people who steal the food. So maybe Zentorians isn't a utopia like we thought. There's a lot we can do here, and I can't wait, because I do plan on doing a lot of this stuff when we get farther into the series. I want to, you know, let the people of the world build up before we start going, you know, too crazy. But I do plan on doing a lot of this stuff. Like, I plan on getting a wheel. Let me know what you guys think about this. Getting a wheel. You know, putting the names. I'm gonna pause this real quick because we're getting close. I'll actually let it play to year 100. And I'm going to. The first king of Sakab died. But I'm going to put a wheel. The first wheel will have each faction's name on it. I'll spin it. And then it'll land on one of them. Then I spin a different wheel that's an action. So do they aggress? Do they, you know, just do nothing? And if they attack, then with what? And I spin another wheel. Do they want to drop a bomb? You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think in this game it doesn't advance to like modern time where we have missiles and stuff, but I have the ability to do that for them. So I could spin a wheel, right? And let's say it lands on the Zentorians, and then I spin another wheel and it says attack. All right, I'll go back to the factions wheel, spin that, and whichever faction it lands on, or maybe I'll even let, you know, the person who is in control of that kingdom choose, and then we'll drop a missile right on the Zaborg Works. I'll click the bomb, and we'll just role play that it's from the Zentorians coming all the way around here, and you know what I mean? So I don't know. If you stuck with me through all of that explanation, I appreciate you. I know I don't explain this stuff this best, but when I'm excited, dude, it's just hard. But just trust me, I got some cool ideas for this series, man, and I cannot wait. It's just about letting the you know, factions grow first. It's been 100 years on Zaborg planet. the new people, the new powerhouse, literally the new power that has landed on this planet and created a civilization, has grown the fastest in history, in my opinion, and they are going to take over this whole continent, and they're going to basically be dominating, I think. The Zemtorians, they gotta beat them to the boats. That's the only thing that's gonna save the Zemtorians. They need to claim this untouched continent right here. But it is the early years of the Zaborg planet, and the Potinians, hopefully I'm saying that right, are thriving. Sakab is not doing bad. I mean, they're not too far behind, but they're still stuck on that small continent. Well, thank you for joining me. As always, MetroJohnny, and I'll see you on the next one.